Ooh, sorry. Cited no progression, came back and I was like, oh, what was I saying? Hey y'all, and Merry Christmas Eve to those watching on the upload day. My name is Malcolm, and I'd like to welcome all of you to Forgotten R&B Reactions, a channel where I analyze and react to R&B music from the 70s to 90s that never officially made it to current streaming services. Today's pick isn't from what I really consider an obscure artist, but for whatever reason, the album ain't on Apple Music or Spotify, so it counts for this channel. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to be looking at Ronnie McNair today with his 1984 mini album, The Ronnie McNair Experience. That's actually 1 year after the Fresh Idea album that I reacted to last time, but unlike that case, this is far from a debut album. Starting with his 1966 single, Sitting in My Class, which you're listening to right now, McNair's been leading a solid solo career with several hits from his own singing, collaborations, and productions for other artists. Notice how that last sentence wasn't in past tense either. He's still out there doing his thing. Speaking of which, he did release a Christmas EP last year. I love Mariah Carey, I'm just saying there are options. Outside of his solo stuff, he also acted as the musical director for the legendary Four Tops for several years, and even stood in when the group's lead singer, Levi Stubbs, fell ill from cancer. And hell, that group with McNair in the lineup is still touring to this day, and from what I'm seeing, they still be getting down up there. So if you ain't included at this point, I'll just come out and say it. You're looking at musical masters here. Thus, right before we get into this, I'm telling you now the album's probably going to be a hit for me. I'm a sucker for songs with love in the title, so I chose Keep Giving Me Love to react to. Shout out to the channel Mix Sensei for uploading the song to their channel. I'll leave a link to both the video as well as the channel in the description so you can listen to this song and plenty of other rare gems without me talking all over it. With all that said, let's get right into the reaction because I'm excited. Oop, see, I always forget to do that. Alright, so already we're off to a great start because there's no progression that's going on is really good. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so already I'm seeing that he's using the synth a lot to complement the end of his verses. That's really good. Like, I just know that people in the 80s club scene were like living their best lives. Like, I should have been there. And the synth, like I said, the synth is like really persistent and it's really good here. Like, this is gonna sound strange, or maybe controversial, I don't know. But 80s synth for me can be hit or miss. Like, ooh, sorry. Cited no progression, came back and I was like, oh, what was I saying? Okay, so 80s synth can be kind of hit or miss for me because, like, I don't know, it can sound shrill a lot of the time. A lot of 80s synths tends to like focus more on high notes and like, I'm like, ooh, okay, you can hop off the keyboard a little bit. But like here, I think the synth works really well because there's a lot of lower notes to like to like balance it out, and it just gives like a fuller sound than what I'm typically used to, I guess. And like I said, the way he just complements every one of his like verses is just so good. It's like a trumpet. And I mean, his voice too is just good. Like, oh, I'm so glad he's singing. I might have to catch one of these concerts one of these days. Like, oh. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, you can definitely tell. Like I said, this isn't a debut album. Like, he's been singing for about 20 years when he released this, so you can tell. Like, he's killing it right now. He's like, yeah, I know I can sing. See, I just thought about how this isn't on streaming services and that upset me because like this would be a good walking. This is a good walking song. Actually, I shouldn't be walking to this song because I'm gonna be doing this little Jimmy down the street. And it's fading out, isn't it? Oh dang! Fading out kind of early too. There's 20 seconds on this thing. Nah, 80 songs tend to do that. I realize like they just kind of fade out super early. I'm like, now y'all could have kept it going if y'all were gonna have if it was gonna have the time slot, y'all could keep going. Yeah, it's pretty much over. Yo, so before I even get into this conclusion, I might as well just tell y'all like that was really good. Especially it's a synth for me that really got me. I can tell he's been doing that for 20 years. I'm glad he decided to keep doing that until like, the current day, because that was good. All right, I'll gather my thoughts and get into an actual conclusion, because you ain't gonna hear much from me other than I love it if I keep speaking. All right, I'm back in my swinging chair to tell you that the song was amazing and definitely a hit for me, like I said it was going to be. I mean, the 80s synth was amazing the entire time. Just like I said, it had a lot more backing than what I'm usually thinking 80s synth does. Maybe I have to just look back and maybe I'm crazy. And the note progression, the beautiful. Ronnie McNeir definitely did his thing the entire way through. I loved his vocals. And yeah, I guess like the song didn't do like a lot of complex things. I guess like it didn't have like a lot of like bridges or like new progressions, but honestly, I'm totally down with a solidly consistent song throughout, and that's what he provided. It was just really good. Once again, I'm surprised that it's not on streaming services, though. I feel like I'm gonna find that out for a lot of songs that are just like super good, but for some reason just slip through the cracks of streaming. Alright, all that said, if you liked the video, feel free to like, subscribe, or visit the channel every once in a while. Once again, I got some albums that I'm still lined up to react to, but if you got requests, feel free to leave some in the comments. Just letting you know, the stipulations are it's gotta be 70s to 90s R&B, and that it can't be on official streaming services. That sounds pretty limiting, but honestly, I'm realizing it's not. Because even Ronnie McNeir, as I was researching, like he actually has quite a few albums that just aren't on streaming for whatever reason. So I'll probably come back to him at some point. All right then, all that said, take care and have a Merry Christmas.